The Kansas City Chiefs, frankly, did not have terribly much rookie play during their game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. There was a bit of a lull in rookie production, but we're still going to go over what it was that this rookie class managed to do this past week. And we're going to start, of course, with Josh Simmons, who played 64 offensive snaps and 4 special team snaps. That gives him a 314 snap total on the season. He has committed 3 penalties and only given up 1 sack, with a 64.6 overall grade, a 72.3 pass blocking grade, and a relatively lowly 55.0 run blocking grade, though he seems to be getting better in that department. You see here in this, let's see if I have that here, in this column here. Yeah, look at that. Look at me go. I'm a real content creator now. The growing run blocking grades there, having bottomed out at 41.6 versus the Giants, but immediately following that up versus Baltimore with a 69.4 and a 66.1 versus the Jaguars. If he can stick in that 60 range, that's pretty good. Right? So it's not an elite grade, it's not a great grade, but it's pretty good, especially for a rookie in the NFL. But you see here again, a pass blocking grade over 80, 83.5 there, giving him an offensive grade for the game of 76.1. Josh Simmons is continuing to show why he was such a value there in the first round. Don't know what this is. I wonder if this is a result of all the drawing I've been doing on the screen. Looks like it, huh? So, when you look at his further stats here, 2 hurries and 2 pressures on the game. Nothing particularly worrying there, right? That's going to happen during the course of an NFL game. You're not going to pitch a shutout, especially at left tackle, especially as a rookie, because people are going to be targeting you. They have run no shortage of fancy blitzes towards Josh Simmons, trying to get him off of his game, and never has it worked. Not so far this season. So Josh Simmons continuing to prove that he is going to be one of the building blocks of this next leg of the dynastic run, whether or not that starts this year. And I think that there's still a very good possibility that it does start this year. I think that this Chiefs team, 2-3, we all know the story that they started 3-4 and went on to win a Super Bowl. So while this is surprising, I don't think that it should be particularly upsetting. Not yet. The Chiefs have played a bevy of good teams, even if one of the teams they beat, the Giants, just embarrassed one of the teams they lost to, the Eagles. So, with all of this said, the Josh Simmons selection for this offense is going to prove to be one of the building blocks that gets things back on pace. We will see the return of Rashee Rice, not for the Lions game, but for the game after that. And then, knock on wood, we will see what this offense looks like fully powered up. So we have that to look forward to yet. Then we have Brashard Smith, who got 6 offensive snaps and 6 special team snaps. A very, very low total for him. Ended up with 1 carry for 4 yards, 3 targets, 3 receptions, 32 yards. So you see there, 6 offensive plays yielded him 4 touches. So he is not being put on the field just to stand idle by. One of the ways that is making him struggle, however, is every time he's on the field for a passing play, he is a definitive target. So he's not learning the pass blocking game all that much. And I think I've got a graphic to prove that in a moment. But he was also, what am I doing here? I don't know why I kept this graphic here. I apologize. I don't know. That is just the season-long stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah. So on the season, 8 attempts, 28 yards, That is a 3.5-yard average, so nothing special there. But you've also got 9 targets, 6 receptions, 59 yards. So he is growing trust with Patrick Mahomes. Then if we carry on a little bit further here, pass blocking grade. This is absolutely empty there. So I almost drew something pretty bad. I got to think of this better before I go pen on pad here. But anyway, an 86.3 offensive grade, 87.4 passing grade, 59.7 running grade, 60.0 run blocking grade. I don't know when he would have been out there run blocking, but again, limited snaps. But you're seeing someone who is capable. That is what we're seeing from BRASHARD Smith, someone who is growing a role in the offense, even if this is a little bit sporadic with the total number of plays. He had 19 versus the Ravens, down to just 6 versus the Jaguars, but that seems to be a theme of this game for some reason. There are plenty of rookies who just didn't get much play here. Then you have the return game here. Scored an 80.1 return game. There we have 5 returns for 130 yards. That's a pretty good game for a rookie. We have to see 130 yards return game, 158 plus rushing, 217 when you look at 217 total yards for BRASHARD Smith here. Jalen Royals, 4 offensive snaps, 6 special team snaps, had a 58.1 offensive grade, a 59.9 receiving grade. I'm assuming you're just grading the routes that he runs while he's out there, the blocks that he throws while he's out there for a run. But again, just 4 offensive snaps, not doing a whole lot there. Ashton Gillotte with 25 defensive snaps, no special team snaps. On the season, he has a 45.4 overall grade, a 47.7 pass rush grade, and a 50.8 run defense grade. These are not great scores. These are not great grades. I do, however, think that this was always going to be one of the bigger projects in this draft class was going to be Ashton Gillotte. He was taken high because he has a high ceiling, but you see him there with 5 solo tackles, 1 assist. Not a great game for him versus the Jaguars. You see him with a 29.4 tackling grade. That seemed to be one of the themes of the day when I went back and watched. Not a lot of guys were actually hitting to take down. There was a lot of bouncing off that happened in that game. But Ashton Gillotte with a 46.6 defensive grade, 53.9 run defensive grade, and a 56.2 pass rush grade. So he actually had one of his better games of the season in the pass rush department. It just did not yield him anything worth talking about. You see him here against Jacksonville. 2 tackles, 1 solo, 1 assist. No quarterback hits, no tackles for loss. So that was his game. Nothing to write home about, nothing that's going to woo you, nothing that's particularly going to have you write him off. It's just another sort of brick in the wall as far as Ashton Gillotte's rookie season is going to be concerned. Hopefully, he has a standout performance sometime soon, because you see him 25 versus Jacksonville, 26 versus Baltimore, stepped up versus the Giants in a pretty blowout win. Well, maybe not a blowout win, but one where they were kind of always in control. 37 snaps there, then 28 versus the Eagles, single digits versus the Chargers. So maybe he is building that base out, and there will be the sort of second half of the season where he gets a lot more play. Omar Norman-Lott did not participate in this game, at least as far as Nick Jacobs' snap counts were concerned, unless I missed something, and I didn't remember seeing him on the field, but I also didn't remember him not dressing. So maybe I just overlooked that. But getting to be in the problematic area for Omar Norman Lott with all the playing time that he is missing. So got to step it up there at some point, Omar. Noah Williams, just 4 defensive snaps in this game, 21 special team snaps, ended up being targeted once, gave up a completion for 8 yards. He has a 90.9 overall grade on the season, 57.7 pass rush, 64.2 run defense, 92.6 pass defense, or coverage, I should say. 3 tackles on the year, 3 receptions allowed. Probably his worst game that he has really participated in. I say really participated. He was on the field for 4 snaps, but had a 44.4 defensive grade, a 23.2 tackling grade, and a 44.9 coverage grade. I did not think that this game was particularly bad versus the Jaguars upon the first watch. It seems to me that I don't want to blame anyone for this loss. It seems like it was kind of a team deal. No one really playing with a sense of urgency. No one really playing to finish plays, both on offense and defense. No one really pushing things past what was kind of required of them. It seemed to be overall just a poor effort in this game. One of these games that the Chargers game did not upset me necessarily, because a lot of that stuff just it was on the field, just didn't go your way. The Eagles game, the same way, right? A lot of things happened on the field that just didn't go your way, but all of the plays necessary to win were on the field. Wasn't that way versus the Jaguars, and the more I'm looking at it, the more it does irritate me, because I think that this should have been a winnable game. Andy Reid gets up big again and then sort of lets the lead go. That has been Andy Reid's MO kind of his entire time as a head coach in the NFL, and once in a while it jumps up to bite you. That was the case versus the Jaguars when the Chiefs might not have been able to afford it. In this game, Noah Williams, 2 tackles, 2 solos. So he is building a little bit of a stat line there. You see him consistently making tackles. So that is what that is. And then we have the 2 linebackers that just don't play defense. Jeffrey Bassa with 16 special team snaps, and then you have Cooper McDonald with 16 special team snaps as well. Nothing particularly exciting here for this defense, for this team, rather, in this game outside of Josh Simmons. Josh Simmons not a statistical producer, so it becomes a little more difficult to say, hey, this was a really good game, because you don't have any numbers to point to. But look, if Josh Simmons ends up being who it is that Josh Simmons looks as if he could be, if he reaches the ceiling that he is hitting every once in a while, and he's able to really coast that up to a good career, the Chiefs could have selected Josh Simmons and only Josh Simmons, and I think you would have considered this draft a win had you not been had you not been able to preview the rest of these rookies, right? If someone had told you, okay, going into the 2025 NFL draft, you can have 7 picks, or we could give you a franchise left tackle on a rookie deal. Which would you have taken? Personally, I would have taken the franchise left tackle on a rookie deal 10 times out of 10. It looks like we got that. So, while I think that the rest of this rookie class is slow growing, while I think that the rest of this rookie class is starting to maybe have concerning rookie seasons, perhaps especially Jalen Royals, perhaps especially Omar Norman Lott, this does look to me like a win of a draft class, so long as it is that you have protected Patrick Mahomes' blind side for the next decade. That is all I have for this video. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting a like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to share this video with other Kansas City Chiefs fans. If you find yourself here by chance but not design, the Chiefs are the only thing I talk about on this channel, dropping multiple videos every single week. And as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.